Hello and welcome to Dawn Chorus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction on Audiofiction. This is a special one-shot, a lyrical one-shot, You Belong With Me. And a special shout out goes to DIznam for doing the picture on the thumbnail. I just fell in love with it. So all the links to the social media and everything is below. Send him some love and just a support, and yeah, it's just amazing. There will be quite a few little thumbnails from him coming soon because I just love it. Sketching work. Okay, so make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what you think of it. If you have any other recommendations for lyrical one-shots, anything really, and I hope you enjoy. Bye. You Belong With Me. Marinette let out a frustrated sigh. It'd been a long day, especially not getting much sleep last night. She placed some of her books back into her locker and could overhear Adrien around the corner, whispering loudly. She could hear him apologizing repeatedly in a defeated tone, as you're on the phone with your girlfriend. Marinette imagined Kagami on the other end listing off all the faults he had made. She's probably upset. She's going off about something that you said. It was happening more frequently as time passed with him being in a relationship with Kagami. Marinette liked her new friend, but she failed to see Adrien for who he was and kept trying to mold him into a person he was never meant to be. Because she doesn't get your humor like I do, or maybe that's just who he was in front of me. No. Marinette, this is none of your business. Being involved in this relationship, is just a good friend, one of your best friends. Closing the locker quietly, she left him to it, and not to be there when he returned. She didn't know if her mind, especially her heart, could handle hearing him complain about his girlfriend, and she would repeat the line in her head, "You belong with me." The sound of her phone buzzing in her pocket broke through her thoughts. Luka. Hey, kiddie section are rehearsing tonight. Do you fancy popping by? I've been working on a new song I would like to show you. Marinette was tempted to go, but the idea of company and putting on a brave face was too much for her heart to handle at the moment. Marinette. Thanks for the invite, but I think I'm gonna crash tonight. Been a long day. I could pop round tomorrow and hear your song. She typed back, feeling the unusual pang of guilt at turning Luca down. She knew he was developing feelings for her. She wasn't blind, unlike some people, and yet her heart. How could she easily turn from one to another, even if he had already given her his heart to another? She was about to place her phone in her pocket and make her way through the back door of the bakery when it went off again. Adrien. Hey, sorry about that. We were talking. I'm heading to band practice this evening. Will you be there? I know Luca wanted to show you something. Kiss. Oh, her heart sank. Was it that easy for him to imagine her with another boy? That he was trying to get them together? But the temptation to see him again? No. She had said no to Luca and she had to stand by it. Plus, the chances of Kagami being there were high, secretly wearing earbuds, clapping, pretending to be this perfect girlfriend. Adrien looking at Kagami whilst she looked at him and Luca gazing at her. No. Too much. At least tonight she could escape into the stillness of her room. Marinette. It's all good, but not heading over tonight. Got too much to do and sleep. I've talked to Luca and arranged to head over tomorrow, but thanks for the heads up. Have fun. She didn't want to end the text message with a kiss, not when there wasn't a chance of a real one. Marinette strode up the stairs to her room and listed off the jobs she still needed to complete. After an hour, she found herself strolling through her photos, gazing at her friends she knew would be dancing away to Kitty section right about now. She stopped on a selfie she had taken with Luca. He was sweet and kind. Why? Why couldn't she forget about the boy who didn't want her and move on to the one who did? She posted the image to Instagram and then saw one Kagami had posted of her and Adrien. Marinette placed her phone back onto her desk and raised the volume of her music. She would dance off these feelings. In my room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm listening to the kind of music she doesn't like, and she'll never know your story like I do. But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's the fencing captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. Her phone let out a buzz for a notification. She pressed on the app and found her new picture got 2 likes by both Luca and Adrien. He likes the idea of her with Luca instead of him. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along. So why can't you see? You belong with me. She glanced at her phone again and Adrien had removed his like from the picture. Oh, you belong with me. Hey, Mary, wait up! Adrien dashed out of the school and landed beside her. Do you fancy a walk and grabbing some lunch? He glanced at her in her oversized jumper she made and pulled out each autumn. She looked so cute and cozy, wanting so much to pull her into a hug and feel a warm embrace. Marinette yanked her huge collar up around her face and nodded. Sure, yeah, why not? Do you want to grab a to-go from the bakery? Cool, yeah, that sounds good to me. He smiled, darting his gaze away, feeling a blush forming on his cheeks. Walking the streets with you in your worn-out jeans. I can't help thinking this is how it ought to be. They ambled together through the park gates for the hot chocolate, removing the October chill from their hands. Then I tripped over the cable at my feet, grabbing at anything, including the drum set. Adrien said through her laughter and almost spilling his drink, catching the twinkle in Marinette's eyes. Laughing on a park bench, thinking to myself, hey, isn't this easy? Oh no, really? That sounds like something I would do. Marinette's face lit up as a huge grin spread across her face. It sounds like you had good fun last night. She loved seeing him like this, at ease. And you've got a smile that could light up this whole town. I haven't seen it in a while since she brought you down. Yeah, it was good. Shame you couldn't make it. The entire gang was there, I mean. The smile disappeared from his face as a look of deep reflection took over. Are you okay? Did anything else happen? She placed a hand on his arm, a gesture that had become second nature, suddenly felt strange and forbidden, as the desire to edge closer seeped in. He glanced down at her hand, and as she went to remove it, his landed on hers, sealing it in. I'm fine. It's nothing really. She just didn't get the funny side of the incident, the fall. That's all. His gaze shifted upwards, catching hers, suddenly finding it hard to breathe. You say you're fine, and I know you better than that. Hey, what are you doing with a girl like that? Marinette wanted to say to him amongst other things, but she wears high heels, I wear sneakers. She's fencing captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. The school bell behind them broke them out of the trance as he lifted his hand from hers and placed it in his pocket. She rose to her feet and yanked down her sleeves, cupping her hands inside, removing the temptation to reach out once more. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, so why can't you see you belong with me? Are you heading to class? English, right? Adrien finally broke the silence between them. Yeah, just need to head to my locker first. Marinette gestured to the doors behind her as Adrien stood at the foot of the steps. Cool. I'll see you in there? Oh, his voice veered off as Marinette jumped in. Cool, I'll see you there. She darted off in one direction as Adrien, pausing for a moment, torn between two paths, sighed heavily and made his way up the steps. After class, Adrien made his way down the stairs to prepare for his fencing class as Marinette kept her head low and avoided his gaze. The whole of the afternoon, as she stared at the back of his head, kept replaying the look he had given her at lunch whilst clamping his hand on top of hers. His fingers slowly stroked along her knuckles and the back of her palm, wanting so much to entwine them together and take his hand into hers, where it was meant to be. How can he be this close and yet so far from her? Why does he go to her when he belongs with me? He had done it. He had finally told Kagami how he felt. They had stood in the school doorway, both their cars waiting to take them home, and knew it was time. He needed to take this chance and tell Marinette how he felt before he lost his chance for good. Kagami had taken it bad at first, painting out a picture of their perfect future together, but none of that was him, not really. She saw this ideal side, the image that was given to the media, when the only person who accepted him for truly being himself was Mari. And the thought of losing that to Luka because he didn't have the guts to confess to her? No, that couldn't happen. She belonged with me. He paced around his bedroom, unsure how to act next. A grand gesture? Blurting it out. Tell her now or wait? Kid, you're making me dizzy and going to upset the cheese in my stomach at this rate. Just talk to the girl already before I see my delicious cheese twice. Plag groaned while sitting on the couch, skipping the channels on the TV until he came across another cheese commercial. Plag, I can't just turn up. Adrien pulled out the phone from his pocket. It was 10 p.m. The chances of her still being awake were in his favour, knowing Mari she was working on some new project. Why not? You've done it before, Plag said plainly. That was different. That was as friends. The words clung to his dry mouth. He opened a message to Marinette. Adrien, hey, I was wondering if you're still up. He pressed send and watched the screen. Marinette, it's late, but yeah? What's up? Adrien, would you mind if I snuck out and called round? He was about to type friend, but she was more than that, wasn't she? Oh, he hoped she was. That he wasn't too late. I need to speak to you. Marinette, sure. I'm your friend, Adrien. I'm here for you. Adrien stared at the screen. Friend. The word taunted him now, knowing how much pain a simple word can cause. Adrien, thanks. See you soon. So, I was right, Plagg gloated. I think I deserve a gift for thinking of it. If it works out, I will take you to the cheese shop, but for now, Plagg, claws out. Adrien held his ring out in front of him. Chat dropped into a nearby alleyway and became Adrien once more. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along. So why can't you see? You belong with me. He glanced up and saw her leaning over the rails of a balcony, and oh, how much he wanted to climb the sides like Romeo and declare his love. Her gaze darted down and saw him, giving him a half wave before leaving. Standing by and waiting at your back door. All this time, how could you not know, baby? You belong with me. She opened the door quietly in her pajama bottoms and an oversized knitted jumper, looking as cute as can be. Oh, you belong with me. You'll need to be quiet. My mum and papa have gone to bed. They have an early start on our order in the morning. But I've made some tea. Marinette guided him up the stairs and into her room. Do you want it here, or we could go on the balcony? Here's good. Thank you. I didn't mean to disturb you. I know it's late. She handed him a mug of spiced apple tea. The steam filled his senses and calmed his thoughts. Marinette took hers from the tray and made her way over to the chase and patted the seat beside her. It's fine, Adrien. What did you want to speak about? Her sleeve, halfway over her hand, cupped the side of the mug, blowing across the steam. Is it Kagami? Is everything okay? She kept her eyes locked on the shapes floating above her and refused to meet his eyes. He was here now, but he had no idea what to say or how to say it. She doesn't deserve you. She muttered under her breath, taking him off guard. What did she mean by it? Marinette? Adrien, let me just say. Her eyes darted towards him with a plead in them that he hadn't seen before, but caused a sensation of both pain and hope. In the middle of the night, I'm the one who makes you laugh when I know you're about to cry. I know your favorite songs, and you tell me about your dreams. I think I know where you belong. I think I know it's with me. She gave him a half smile and then quickly removed her eyes from him and instead focused on the tea. Adrien placed down his tea and then removed hers and replaced it with his hands, the warmth cushioning together. Mari, I thought you were... What about Luka? The words caught her attention. No. He likes me, but he also knows I like another. That my heart belongs with another. He slipped out one of his hands and reached up, stroking her cheek as she leant into his touch. Her glistening ocean blue eyes fixed onto his. It belongs with you. His cheeks flushed red with a smile that stretched across his face. All this time, how could you not know? Have you ever thought, just maybe my heart belongs to you and that you belong with me? He leaned in closer and tilted her chin up so that her lips brushed against his. I love you, Marinette. She closed the tiny gap and kissed him with such tenderness at first as he wrapped his arms around her, pulling her in closer. He felt lightheaded and breathless and knew this is what it should feel like to be with the one you love. I love you too, Adrien. For so long, it has only ever been you. She fell into his arms, the warmth and comfort of her body next to his in her oversized knitted jumper, kissing her softly on her head. You belong with me, he breathed, knowing this was right. This was love. This was perfect. Thank you for listening to the lyrical one shot, You Belong With Me. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on other lyrical one shots and other series and other mini-series and everything. Make sure you smash that like button and comment down below what you think of it. If you don't know what to say, put in oversized knitted jumper, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye.